Now, what's fascinating about this is not how much this church is doing, but how upset Jesus is at this church, even though it's doing all these things. Let's go on to the next question. Verse 20. What do the sins in verse 20 remind you of from the Old Testament? Let's read verse 20. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants to commit sexual immorality and eat things sacrificed to idols. Let's read that again. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants to commit sexual immorality and eat things sacrificed to idols. Now, what does this remind you of in the Old Testament? Well, what it reminds me of is in Numbers 25, where it says how the Israelite men committed adultery with the Moabite women. And what happens is we find out later on that Balaam actually convinced the Moabites, if you want to bring down Israel, just get them into sexual immorality and adultery with your women, and then God will turn against them. And that's exactly what happened. Of course, they repented, and God relieved them from that judgment. But Balaam was able to bring them down for a time because of that. But this also reminds us of the Jezebel, who was the Sidonian princess, who was the wife of Ahab.